SOPs have been issued for the partial opening of schools on a voluntary basis from the 21st of September. Now, this comes 5 months after schools were shut because of the coronavirus outbreak. This is only going to be applicable for older students, classes 9 to 12. And the final decision has been left up to parents. Sukirti joining us at this point with the latest on that. Sukirti, what are the SOPs that are being talked about right now? What is this going to entail for students and parents?
Yes, there is a set of guidelines that has been issued now by the Health Ministry and very detailed in nature. Social distancing of at least 6 feet has to be maintained as far as possible. There has to be physical distancing in staff rooms, in reception area, in the mess, libraries, the cafeteria. The presence of there's also a restriction that has been put in on the number of staff that should be present in the school. Presence of only 50% teaching and non-teaching staff. Apart from that, assemblies, sports and any events that lead to overcrowding, those will not be allowed. Swimming pools and gymnasiums, as they've been barred in general places as well, similarly in schools as well, they will not be allowed to open. Use of masks and sanitizers will be mandatory. Frequent hand washing should be encouraged, and apart from that, schools will have to display any state helpline numbers and numbers of local health authorities so that the teachers and students can contact on those numbers as soon as there's any urgent need that arises. So very detailed set of guidelines, but of course the bigger question on how many parents would want to send their students in the middle of a pandemic, their children in the middle of a pandemic to schools, and the other bigger question on the schools on whether they will actually be able to implement these guidelines, even though these are kids in the higher age group studying in class 9 to 12, but when it comes to children, when it comes to teenagers, they may know how dangerous a disease is and what are the safety precautions to follow, but it's mostly negligence that is likely to happen on their part. So that is something that the schools will have to be very cautious about.
All right, Sukirti, thanks very much indeed for joining us with those details. Let's in fact take some of those questions right across. Joining us on the phone line, Arvind Tiwari, who's the parent of an ICSE student who has questions about what these guidelines are going to mean on the ground. Ansari, former member of the UGC, is also with us on the phone line. Arvind Tiwari, let me begin with you. Your thoughts on the SOPs that are now out. 50% of teaching and non-teaching staff will be present in schools. Can I begin by asking you, are you comfortable with sending your child back to school?
Absolutely not. At this moment, absolutely not. And not only me, if you speak to maximum of the parents across India, you will find the same thing, that unless and until there is a trace of a vaccine, or if there is a trace where the conditions of COVID are reducing, no parent is ready to send the child to the school.
Right. Let me bring in Mr. Ansari also. In your opinion, Mr. Ansari, is this the right time? We are looking at close to 90,000 cases daily being reported around the country. India is still some time away from its peak when it comes to coronavirus cases. Is this the time to reopen schools even with standard operating protocols?
Well, the question of safety of students remains, because despite all the precautions that we have taken in the last 6 months or so, the cases are rising. So the question, however, remains. But at the same time, since we have been opening, the markets, we have already opened it. We are opening the factories and the industries. We have also allowed the transport to operate. So in such a situation, when we are not aware how long this pandemic will continue, because earlier we had thought of controlling it in a 21 days or in a few months' time, but it has not been happening. It seems that we have to live with this. But at the same time, we also realize that the future of students are very critical, because they have to be prepared, and the online courses which are being offered are not very effective. So, we are facing a situation of devil at sea, and we have to see that while we are able to fight.
But Mr. Ansari, since you talk about online classes not being as effective, what happens to the remaining 50%? If there are only 50% teachers and non-teaching staff coming to school, will online classes, and since this is voluntary, Presumably, there are some students who will opt for online classes even now. So, will schools be able to handle both?
Well, it has to happen both ways. It has to be offered online as well as offline. At the same time, we realize that most of our teachers are not that much trained to offer courses through online. The much depends on the parents whether or not they are sending their children to the school. But, the children attending 9th to 12th class, they are quite mature. They do understand in the last 6 months that there are issues and the problems. They will have to exercise safety. The schools also have to make sure that the school premises are safe. So, what I'm trying to say is that we have now come to a situation where we simultaneously face both, the problems of imparting quality education among children, at the same time making all efforts to control the spread of corona.
All right.
In
No,
this
I also want to
situation
bring
when
Mr.
we are holding
Tiwari in.
examinations, we are holding all other activities.
Yes.
The
Okay.
school must also be open.
All right. Mr. Ansari, we take your points, but Arvind Tiwari, at the end of the day, we're talking about teenagers who have been away from school and away from their friends for over 5 months now. When they go back, do you feel that, they're going to follow social distancing practices to the extent that they need to? At the end of the day, they are still children.
See, I'll tell you, there's nothing of this sort will happen because you cannot tell the children to be careful all the time. We have to always have a 24/7 watch on them regarding the habits on this. It's not very easy to control it. My whole contention is that the government is basically pandering to the pressure of the institutional owners. I'm telling you, this whole decision is happening because the institutional owners are casting pressure on the government to allow them to start the schools or their institutions only with the basic aim, so that if you see there is all over unrest about the fee structures going on across India. So to stop that unrest, the school owners want that the school should start so that the parents will then change the track from the reduction of school fees to the schools not opening up. So that issue will get diverted. And the second most thing which will happen is that the parents will say the school should not open up unless there is a pandemic situation eases up. So the schools will say, okay, we will take a decision within themselves that we will not open up. But now since it is on your demand that the school should not open up, then you should pay up the 100% fee. This is all a strategy, and the government is basically shirking its responsibility, nothing else.
All right. Interesting thoughts over there. Arvind Tiwari, M.M. Ansari, thank you both for joining us on this discussion. It's something we'll keep talking about. This is something that is really topmost on the minds of all those with school-going children, especially those in senior classes.